Feeding video and colony show off. Hello creature lovers and welcome to the universe. My name is Martin and today we are feeding and showing off all of the colonies in the room, which means roaches, snails, isopods, but I'm not sure yet how long the filming material gets. Maybe it's a part 1, part 2. So if it ends somewhere, you will get part 2 for sure. With that said, we're starting out with the roaches and we will show you every box and we'll say some words to it. Pretty important. If you like invertebrate content, subscribe to the channel. That helps us out a lot. And you will never miss a new video if you also turn on the notification bell. And please let us know in the comments if you like this kind of video and if you want to get a monthly update on the colonies. That's the plan for the moment. So let's dive into it and go down to this not high enough table. We start with the Madagascar. Yes, and it's falling down. We start with the Madagascar hissing roaches. I would say no pure breed. They already hissed. Carrot. And they already have protein and calcium left. Water is also enough in, so they are just getting some jelly. Those are, I think those are crossbred hissers. Yeah, that's how you make it. That's happens when I talk and do something. They are crossbred, I think, but it's a feeding colony, so I'm okay with that. And we're going to the next. Another hisser. First, this one down. They are in an old box. Those are the Swedish boxes. And first we have to take out the things in between. Oh, looks like this stuff is falling in there over a longer time and we didn't recognize it. Little suckers. Look at this. What the heck? Oh, and there is that roach, I think. Yes, of course. Look how they filled it up. Must have moved when we brought them up and we didn't see it before. Now do we look down there? Everything all right? With the hissers, I'm going with a little bit moss on the backside, just to give them a little extra moisture. I know the egg cardboard isn't ideal, but it's available at the moment, and this time we are much smarter. And we put in some long slices. Calcium and protein is already still there. So once again, some jelly. I'm a genius today. Now we have it. Even a blind chicken finds a corn sometimes. Back here, the Javanicas we have for about a year, or nearly a year, and they didn't breed until now because it was not hot enough for them. And now they have about 28 degrees, 29 degrees at the moment. So I'm pretty sure they will breed now. Next are the dubia roaches. And here's something really cool happens at the moment. There is a molting roach. So would you please leave her alone? Thanks. Once again, one big chunk carrot. There is a lot of roaches in there, so we put pumpkin in as well. And we put a bit of eggshell to the oyster shell because we found out that the oyster shell isn't that liked by the animals. Oh, sorry for disturbing. Then we have some protein and protein jelly. The dubia roaches are as feeder insects, so there is absolutely no need to overlook the colony. I know there are not enough inside to feed out regularly, so we just feed them, look at them, and as soon as we put the box back, they are coming out to eat. 2 more pieces pumpkin. And here is a freshly molted dubia roach. And yes, of course, we made a short time lapse of it already. That's the dubia roaches. In reality, we're nearly through. We just have, oh no, it's not so through. We have here the Ferrea, the Orliede grandi. Choop, choop, choop. Piece of jelly left. Calcium is in. Oh, that's going out and get a wash. That too. We put 1 piece of pumpkin and just a small amount of jelly. And it was stupid again what I'm doing, because we take it out again. And now it makes sense to water the bin. Very gentle on the back where the moss is. Yes, of course, there are fungus knots in there. We have them, we know we have them, and there's nothing we can do about it. And yes, you can be gentle if your room is dry, and we know our room is dry, so we be gentle with the watering. And now we put everything back inside. Would love to show you something, but I don't want to lift up the cork bark. As you know, we get them pretty fresh, so they are not that long here, so we better leave them alone. Once again, too much jelly. And I think we have the same problem here as with the Javanicas. We have them a pretty long time, and I am not sure if they have bred. In reality, the adults are already dying. Here is another dead one. Here I do lift up. Here is, I think that's the last adult roach inside. And maybe we fucked it up because it wasn't warm enough. I saw they built oaths, but I can't tell if they were fertile and if there are a lot of nymphs in the substrate, but we will go through that in the next time. Water them down, not the roach, just the box and the substrate. Calcium back in, changing the protein. It doesn't look that good anymore. Only a bit in. One piece of pumpkin, and that's it. Here is the roach. The last lone survivor. Once again, this one down, this one up. The new boxes secure the lids of the old boxes. Then we have, here are in a whole bunch of nymphs of the Gynalurida. Another left jelly. Just a little bit. There are very small nymphs in. And as you can see, there is mold, but that's pretty normal in this case. First, humidity. Here you can see a nymph. And isopods as well. That's the reason they are in another box, because this is the pruinosis infested colony. A little slice of pumpkin. Calcium is already there, and there is a nymph sitting in the calcium. As you can see, they are pretty tiny, and one nymph is already munching. Cool. So next are the big ones down. Whoa. Thanks. Wasn't planned this way, but okay. Once again, calcium. Oh. Can you see these tiny babies inside here? Okay, they breed. The question, if they breed or not, is no longer on the table. So, pretty careful from now. We have a second calcium source. Nothing inside here, no movement. Tuck. Oh my god, nymphs are everywhere. And once again, a bit of jelly. Here we can give a bit more. Water. That's enough, and a little bit gentle on the backside where the moss is. Now back in with the calcium, back in with the little escapee, and now we shake it a bit because there is water standing, and with the shake it disappears, or it should disappear. And we take a piece of pumpkin, and that's it. They need an upgrade pretty soon. We place them here at the moment. Go down to there, because there we have Panchlora nivea, green banana roaches. And we know there are nymphs everywhere, so just being careful. Here is a roach, or a dead roach. Oh, it's a dead roach. But here is a roach. They are pretty cool in color, so don't disturb them too much. There is something. Ah, that's just, I would say, fungus. So we learned we need to be careful. And yes, they are missing a piece of bark. We were running out when they were coming. Once again, moss on the backside. It's a bit more water. Since I'm not sure how many big roaches in there, once again, small piece of jelly. Back in with the calcium. And a piece of pumpkin once again. And because these are really, really cool feeder insects for mantis and spiders, we have them 2 times. Second colony, where here, that is running a bit longer than the other one. Once again, if there are nymphs, no, there are not. On the side is a roach. We water down the moss. And guys, since the first questions are coming, what things we use, we will link the tools we use down in the description. And just to be clear, those are affiliate links. So if you buy something, we get a small commission from it, and the products don't get more expensive for you. So we get a little bit, and it costs the same for you. If you choose to buy, just, we get something from it. And those are international links, which means it's not always exactly the same product, but a similar product. And if we need some specifications, we will write that next to it. So much for the Panchlora nivea, and we are through with the roaches, guys. Just a short coming back to the roaches. As you can see, the giant hissers are munching on the jelly. Down the javanicas are munching on the jelly or on the carrot. I think on both. And the dubia roaches also already enjoy their meal. And before we start with the snails, we made already one improvement of the animal room, and that's down there. And that's simply a 20-liter box of water to increase the humidity. And now let's go to the snails. Oh my god, what a mess. Oh my god, what a mess. Don't want to touch it. Doop. Doop. and the water bowl as well. And here they need a bigger box for sure, but what we do first is putting some leaf litter in. To cover that a little bit, there are already springtails inside. Now we water. Those are Limicolaria agatina. Yes, agatina. They are related to the gals, the giant African land snails, but they stay much smaller than them. So we need a new bowl. They also like the protein jelly. And we had already bigger water bowls, but the system isn't finished yet. Everything live here, washing out the water bowl on the fly. And since the magnetic holders weren't what we're looking for, we need to redo that and think about it again. We have carrots. We have a piece of pumpkin. And we have, do we have? Yes, we have. And we have a lot of calcium. Even more calcium. These big dishes are pretty cool. And also some protein. And then, oh, we're not through. I always water the moss with the squish bottle. Just in case you haven't heard it. Careful. Never pull them from the surface they are sticking to. You can try to gently move them, and it worked in this case. And we put it down to the ground. And we have some giants here. And yes, they for sure need a bigger enclosure. Oh, we have two giants and one little fella. Those are the Achatina rhodostoma. And they made short process with the carrots. Here also a bit of leaf litter. And yes, they also munched that. And we do that on a regular basis. And the leaf litter rots pretty quick. They do their thing for it. And once again, like in most boxes, moss on the backside. To the American fellas, how is it in your country? Are the restrictions for those animals are pretty bad, or is it just in some states? Would be interesting to know. I just know that there are troubles keeping them. Not that much protein. We also skip jelly this time. Why? Because giant African land snails, in my opinion, are kept on way too much protein. As you can see, this one is a leucistic bodied type, while this has a silver body. Oh yeah, and because of that, sorry, I just swapped away from the topic, and because of this too rich protein diet, a lot of gals in captivity die from too much protein, or at least don't live as long as they could. They are omnivorous, of course, but not carnivores. And here is another box of giants. And these are the Achachatina marginata ovum. Now, you little fella driving me a bit crazy. I'm going to change the water bowl while you can watch snails. Guys, really tell me in the comments if I should cut something out. I just want to show you how it is. And if I have to run away to clean a water bowl, I will do it. I have a wireless microphone so you can hear me. I'm not sure if it's a good idea because the sound here is terrible in the bathroom. Sorry for that. So back again with partially filled water dish. Ah, that's pretty clean. This one too. So first, again, leaves. There are also three ins. Ah, the third one is on the lid. I wanted to tell you we have three as well, but you've seen all three already. Of course, I'm making a mess. Water. I know the sound is annoying, I'm sorry for that. Watering the moss. And the snails a bit. And once again, putting back everything where it belongs. And yes, the rock isn't cleaned, but it's leaves, guys, it's leaves. Once again, carrot, pumpkin, and since those one is pretty okay in my opinion, calcium, yeah, and a calcium mixed drink. More calcium. And here we take a bit of jelly also. Perfect. The lid with the not so blind passenger. We will, can I flip it? I can flip it. And back on the shelf with the rest as well. Up. And the Limicularias. And now we're coming to Pleurodonte Isabella. There are two forms, one the more colored ones. So more colors, which means blue ones and other colors, or are these the blue ones? Yeah, that's not the blue ones. There should be more colors. This will just fill up. Spraying in this direction. Spraying in this direction, skipping the calcium, it is possible. Not easy but possible. And once again, watering the moss. Always the same here. Piece of pumpkin. Piece of carrot. And thanks for coming. Carefully with the closing. Yes, they also need bigger enclosures. We are upgrading a lot in the next time. And here are the blue ones that are not so blue in my opinion. We're taking out the old jelly. We have already washed over there, so we don't have to use the fresh ones. Calcium is good. Put it here. So we just need a little bit of protein. Tuck. Once again, piece of pumpkin. Piece of carrot I'm once again trying to break. And done with the next snail. And in case there are 5 in every box, in case you're interested. That's the whole sentence. Next is more control look. This is the old pancake slug box. There are still nibblers on. Cool to see. Or not so much in reality. First watering. Here a good watering because the moss is everywhere. We went through the box to sort out the slugs. And now we're just waiting for eggs to hatch that we missed out or small slugs to hatch. And this piece of carrot is a pretty good indicator because when it is munched on, then there must be some slugs anywhere. Calcium and done. And now here we go with the colony. Those are some cool slugs called pancake slugs. This is Levicaris Spetz Ghana. We already made a care sheet video about them if you're interested. And as you can see, we have them in nearly every size. Just looking at the carrot pieces that I'm not throwing out slugs. And yes, of course, they will be, or there will be some available at the expo in Vienna in the end of February. So if you have the chance, look, hitchhiker, blind passenger. That's why you shouldn't put your fingers into any boxes. I just picked up the carrots, and this little fella would go to the next box with me if I'm not careful. Once again, we start with watering. Okay, it takes a bit. They like it humid, so we can water everything. There are springtails everywhere. And once again, the moss gets a special water treatment. It can be soaking wet. And here we go again, calcium. And yes, they have two calcium balls because this one is grounded oyster shell, jelly, that's cool if you have 3 hands. Thanks a lot. Jelly, and a whole bunch of carrots, and pumpkin. Here we go. And once again on the lid we have 2 blind passengers. This is how they look from their downside, and careful, yes, works. And the last 2 snail species. And we start with this one. And yes, they will also be available in Vienna. I'm too stupid to open the lid. Here we go. And there is enough moisture inside, so just a little spray. We do a bit of eggshell, same thing, only oyster shell in. We put a little piece of pumpkin. And protein. And when they smell protein, they get crazy. These pieces of silkworm pupae will look like little hedgehogs in a few minutes. And by the way, those are one of the smallest snails in the world, smallest land snails in the world, at least says the internet. Oh, this is Alopeas cf. gracile, if I haven't mentioned it already. And the next ones are so cool. Careful. Those are some sort of door snails. And those door snails are native to where we live. So we collected them outside on the wall of our house. And as you can see, they already have offspring. There are small door snails everywhere. They are algae eaters and only algae eaters. So that's why you see this green spot left and right. And we feed them pretty easy. We mix up spirulina algae or chlorella algae with a bit of water and then paint it with a brush at the walls. But they still have enough food, so it's just necessary to spray it. And we're done with them as well. So, guys, I just want to show you one more thing. And this is this enclosure here. Just to complete this side, this is my scorpion. This is a Heterometrus laoticus, one of the Asian forest scorpions, a female that was gifted to me from my wife for Christmas. And yes, animals for Christmas are okay if you talk to the person you want to give the animal and the person says, yes, I want that animal for Christmas. That doesn't go for kids. Talk to the parents if it's about kids, not to the kid. Yeah, that's what I thought. I think we stop the video here. We're making the isopods in the next part, so this video must be a Wednesday video, so you will see the isopod feeding on Saturday. Nothing more to say from me besides, do you like this kind of video? Uh, should we make both parts in one part? And do you want to watch, I don't know, half an hour of video, or is splitting it up okay? Please let us know in the comments. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It helps out a lot. Thank you very much for watching. Wish you all the best and see you in the universe. Bye bye.